Okay, greeting guys, welcome back to this channel. Now, let's catch up from where we were last time, talking about, I believe it was the string characters in Python. Now, let me clean up our line and also clear up my terminal so that we have a clean slate. So we are going to talk about the numbers in Python. Earlier on, I had introduced how you can be able to print numbers, but just a recap. For example, age, we are able to print age like that, and then we can just say print the variable age, and we'll be able to get our number here. So we did talk about numbers being integers, whereby you cannot be able to put them in quotes, because if you put them in quotes, now become character values. Now you can also print, let me gray out that one. You can also print uh, numbers directly like that example, which is also print age. But then you can do a lot of interesting things in numbers. An example, we can perform arithmetic. Let's say we want to add numbers, 2 plus 3, and then we print keyboard gets 5. We can joke around different arithmetics, maybe 2 minus 3 get around minus 1, and then we can also maybe do multiplication with it, 2 times 3, and if you run that get 6. So Python is one of the powerful languages in terms of analysis, and also in terms of performing mathematical functions, that is statistical analysis, and also programming. But now, apart from just performing normal arithmetic here, printing, we can call upon functions to do some things for us. An example of functions is what I had introduced earlier. I said a function is just a block of code that performs certain tasks. Let's say we have, earlier on we saw maybe 2 minus 3 to give us minus 1. So in Python we can be able to print an absolute value of a number. So let's say if we had minus 1, and if we just print minus 1, it is minus 1, but we just want to get the absolute of that. It's just ABS, and then we put that like that. So if we run that, to be able to give us 1. Okay, so if it assumes the negative or positive part of a number and just gives us the absolute value of a number. You can also get maybe maximum and minimum values in a range. So let's say we want to get the max, we call upon the max function. Let's say we have a range of 3, 4, 5, 1, 0, like that. So we want to print the maximum value from this range. Okay, so if we run that, we'll get 5 being the maximum value here. Let's say here we have 10, and then if we run that, we now get 10 being the maximum value in this range. We can also get the minimum value from there. If we run that, you see the minimum value is 1. Okay, so what if we had a value in a range here? Let's say we had minus 5. Okay, let's see what gets us. You see, now the minimum value becomes minus 5 from our range. And at the same time, we can also perform, we can also use a certain function. We can use the binary function to convert numbers into binary. I think you can go and read more about binary and understand what is that. So we get the bin function here. If we get the binary value of 3, and then we get a binary representation of an integer. So if we run that, this is the binary representation of this integer. So if we had maybe 30, and then we run, this is now the binary representation of that integer value. Now there are some functions that are there. We have so many functions in Python, and there are some functions that we cannot be able to access unless we import a certain module. So here I'm going to introduce a certain module, how to import modules from in Python. So let us gray out that. So here we want to say maybe from math we want to import, but we want to import all. Okay, we want to import all. That is the purpose of the asterisk. So here let's say we want to get the square root. Now I want to get the square root of 100, and then if we run that, you see we are getting 10.0. Okay, you can get any square root of any number that you want, and several other functions that go along with that module. So this is it for now for numbers, and guys, let's meet next time for more lessons. And I also want to remind you, if you're joining us, we have a number of courses. You can check out our channel and learn. Maybe if you're interested with Excel, if you are interested in analysis, we have the R programming, we have the Excel, and also the earlier lessons on Python. You can join us there, and if you haven't subscribe, and also remember to like and share so that also others can also get to know this. Guys, thank you, and let's meet next time.